Well, good evening, everyone. Hey, it's Linda Anderson here from Linda Lou Creates, and thanks for joining me today. This is a long weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and like I wrote in the comment section of this post or of this video that I wanted to use this time to thank those who served and remember those who have fallen. So with that, I have made my flag card. I felt like being patriotic this weekend, and this is the only card that I got done, so I wanted to share. And yes, you will notice that I am bringing back the strips that I did last week. So hey, when you have leftover strips of cardstock and paper, you put it to use. So hello everybody, good evening and happy Memorial Day. So let me move this off to the side. I want to show you a couple things. First of all, the supplies that I used. I have a thick basic white card base, and it is the 8.5 by 5.5, scored down the middle at 4 1/4. I have another piece of basic white, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. Now I have the two in colors. One is Sweet Sorbet, that is this red. The other is the Starry Sky. Starry Sky is what I cut out here. This is the 6x6 designer series paper of all the new in colors. And with it being the polka dots, just made me think of stars. So that's kind of where this was kind of the jumping off point for this card. I have again my 1/2 inch strips out of the Sweet Sorbet and out of the basic white. I could have gone without putting the white strips in. I just felt like it just made for a nice smooth card, so that's why I included them. My sentiment, beyond grateful, because I am beyond grateful for all those people. And I wanted to show you a couple tricks. Well, not really a trick, but a suggestion that I had with this bundle. It is the Charming Sentiments. First of all, the stamp set, and it comes with dies to cut all of them out, the sentiment silhouettes. Now, I always mount my dies onto a magnet sheet. I was having problems figuring out which die cut out which sentiment. So what I did was, let me open this up. I just removed this top sheet, the protective sheet. I put some adhesive on the back of that acetate, adhered it to my Stamparatus, inked it up as it is, and I just put it on just a piece of copy paper because it's nice and thin. And that's how I ended up with this white sheet. Then I went ahead and I laid my dies down on it. Now, to be honest with you, normally when I put my dies on my magnet sheets, I have them with the blade up, or the cutting blade up. But because of the sentiments, I do have them down so that there. Now I have it all matched up and I know exactly which die goes with which sentiment here. There's a bunch of extra little dies within this set, so those are scattered throughout on my magnet sheet, but this helps me as far as knowing exactly which die to grab whenever I need a sentiment then. Okay, so my sentiment is stamped in the Starry Sky ink, just so you're aware of that. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I have, like I said, they're 1/2 inch wide, my strips, 5 1/4. My DSP here, if I can pick it up, is 2 by 2. And that just helped me with my math, sort of, because I'm not very good at that. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and get started adhering these strips. I'm going to come back to the other strips here in a moment, but these strips that are the 5 1/4 by 1/2 inch, I'm just going to go ahead and get started adhering them down. So I'm just putting them directly on top. I like this piece of white. It's my guide on getting these in there, because you will see that some of my pieces are a little bit shorter, so I will get into those in just a moment. Let me get these down first, if I can get my glue to work. Yeah, I had a couple other card ideas in mind, but whenever this one popped into my head, I was like, this is the only one I want to do. So just like I said, I was feeling very patriotic, so I wanted to leave it with just a flag card. So even though I don't have a stamp, a flag stamp, you know, don't let that stop you. Don't let that keep you from creating those red, white, and blue cards that that you want. So, all right, let me get one more down here. And yeah, I like using the 1/2-inch strips. I don't have to glue quite as many strips down. And then I try to make sure that, so, you know, the 1/2-inch and the fact that this is 4 inches wide, I feel like, I can do that. Even though, like I said, I'm not very good at math. All right, so I have my 2x2 square here of the Starry Sky DSP. Let me go ahead now and put that down. And it should fit in there just perfectly. And if it doesn't, if any of your papers overhang or what have you, we'll flip this over and we can always, you know, trim things down. All right, I still have a 1/2-inch wide strip. However, now that 2 inches is taken up with my square, that leaves me now 3 1/4 long on these. Don't worry about the measurements. If you have the 1/2-inch wide strips that you've cut out of your cardstock, you know, just keep them long. You can always trim them then. I just thought, for sake of the video today, that I would make them be true to, you know, the right length. So even though I think it looks like I'm going to have to trim a few of them off. So I want to hear about your plans for the weekend. Picnics. What do you have? It was fun. Somebody had posted on Facebook, what do you put on a hot dog? And they gave all kinds of, you know, condiments, ketchup, mustard, mayo, relish. And so if you eat hot dogs, what do you like on yours? For me, I like ketchup and onion. I like chili dogs too, but then I like to put the chili and then the onions on as well. So can you tell I kind of like onions on my hot dogs. So so one more here, and like I said, you know, you could go without the white strips of cardstock, but like I said, I like it that it's all smooth and kind of one thickness, one layer. So I do have a little bit that's sticking out here, not too badly. So let me go ahead and just trim this down. All right, there we go. Let me get that out of the way. Almost done. Now I'm going to put my flag down onto my card base. You know, this is the time where if you had a cool embossing folder, maybe with stars or something like that, if you wanted to run this through your embossing machine, you could certainly do that and emboss this. Last week I used a die called Stitched Greenery, and it just adds stitching within the image and without cutting anything out. So that would be cool on this too. But again, I am keeping it very, very simple. So here is my Beyond Grateful, my sentiment that I then die cut with the Sentiment Silhouette dies, couple of dimensionals. And yes, this can be a thank you card for anything. I just liked it across here, but I just wanted it to reflect how grateful I am for, you know, those who have served. So that's it. I started putting on embellishments and I took them off. I was like up in the air about it. I wanted to keep it as smooth, as simple, as just what it is and what it is meant to be. And so that is my patriotic card for today. The only card I have to show you. Thanks so much, guys, for joining me. I know it was a quick one. Who knew I could make a card and not talk too long with it? So anyways, I really hope you guys have a great day off tomorrow. If you have it, have picnic family, give them an extra long hug, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. All right. Hey, thanks for joining me. Bye now.